You step into the hush as if crossing an invisible threshold, leaving behind the clamoring voices and restless thoughts that crowd your mind. You have chased every echo, collected every clamor, hoping noise would drown out the unease or spark the next big idea. But noise never satiates, it only hollows you. Today you will descend into the well of silence, cup your hands in its cool depth, and drink until the ripples of stillness awaken the deepest insights you've been thirsting for. You begin by closing your eyes and tuning into the spaces between your breaths. In that brief pause, longer than a heartbeat but shorter than a thought, you feel something shift. The world's demands recede into fog, and you stand on a threshold where nothing yet insists on your reaction. You lean forward into that pause as though your spine were a spring gently compressing under the world's weight, ready to release its stored potential the moment you surrender to stillness. You open your eyes and sit in a quiet corner, the air soft around you. You let every muscle relax. The jaw unclenches, shoulders sink, hands lie open in your lap. You feel the silence settle like a fine dust on your nerves, filling every crack where anxiety once seeped in. You resist the urge to check your phone, to scan the news, to fill the emptiness with chatter. Instead, you honor the void. You treat it like a sacred vessel, unadorned but pregnant with promise. You listen now to the subtle orchestra of being, the inhale of your lungs, the exhale of time itself, the faint hum of life behind your closed eyelids. You notice the gentle amplification of your own thoughts, no longer drowned by external noise. You watch them rise and fall like distant hills on a foggy horizon, there but not demanding. You let each thought pass through you, neither clinging nor rejecting. They become clues, breadcrumbs leading back to the wellspring of your true self. You feel a stirring low in your belly, a seed of intuition yearning to grow. You lean into that seed, feeling its warmth crackle beneath your ribs. You ask the silence a question, "What have I been ignoring?" And you wait. In the absence of distraction, the well of silence responds with clarity. You have ignored your longing to create, your need to speak truth, your hunger for deep connection. You feel the words settle like stones in your heart, forming a foundation you can build upon. You stand and walk to your desk, where blank pages or an empty canvas await your impulse. You let silence guide your hand. You begin with a single stroke, a solitary word, a hesitant chord. You feel the echo of your act in the hush around you, a resonance that no applause could ever replicate. You feed on that subtle expansion, knowing that silence births the most authentic expression, untainted by the rush for approval or the glare of judgment. You carry this practice into your day. When the office erupts in back-to-back calls, you carve out 1 minute of hush before each meeting, eyes closed, senses inward, heart centered. You feel the difference. Your words land with precision, your mind maps connections others miss, your presence soothes the frenzy around you. You have tapped the well of silence and drawn its potency into your voice. You face moments of conflict. An argument flares, emotions spike, adrenaline demands reaction. You pause. You feel the old impulse to shout, to defend, to erupt. But you remember the well. You draw a deep breath, let the silence fill your lungs, and then speak with measured honesty. Your words carry the weight of nuance, the clarity of compassion. The storm subsides not because you avoided it, but because you learned to embody its quiet eye. You nurture silence in your relationships. You offer a listening presence more than a torrent of advice. You let another's voice ripple through your stillness and reflect back understanding rather than judgment. You build intimacy not in the volume of your words, but in the depth of your attention. You discover that silence, when shared, becomes a language of trust. When the night returns, you resist the flicker of screens. You illuminate your space with a single candle and return to the well. You journal the insights born in the day's quiet pockets, New ideas, soft reckonings, threads of longing you hadn't known you carried. You honor these revelations as gifts from the silence, tokens of gratitude for its patient alchemy. You realize now that silence is not absence but presence, a living field of possibility. Each time you drink from its well, you refill your capacity for creativity, for empathy, for courage. You become a conduit for wisdom that could only emerge in the spaces between words, in the breath held before the next step, in the still pause before the surge of action. You close your practice with a vow to return often to this well. You will sip from its clarity each morning, steep in its hush before every choice, commune with its depths each night. You will build your life around these moments of silence, weaving them into the tapestry of your becoming. You step forward now, sound returning in gentle waves, the hum of the world, the murmur of others, the beat of your own heart. But you carry the well within you, a reservoir of stillness you can draw upon whenever the noise threatens to overwhelm. You have learned to drink from the well of silence, and in that act, you have tapped the source of your truest power.